That brings us to Crowdfunding Corner for the week of April 11th, 2025. We have 4 games this week I wanted to look at that have crowdfunding campaigns that end in like the next 5 to 14 days. There are a lot of games of crowdfunding. I can't highlight all of them, but these 4 I thought looked intriguing enough to at least peek at. So first one here is called Pirates of the High Teas. A game of piracy and pastries, and in this game you are trying to give the captain of your pirate ship the best coffee. Why would I say coffee? The best tea and some pastries. The best set of those things. So you're getting these cards and you're setting them, putting them together with other sets of cards. You can even jam like different ingredients together to make like unique little concoctions. It was made by the designer of the latest Calico game, Knitting Circle, which I've heard is pretty good. Seems like a pretty simple and light game as well. And then I think there are, as far as like the gameplay goes, you set your worker placement a little bit. You're placing your little pirate out on a board. And let me see if I can find the image here. And based on where you place them is what you get to do that turn. And then that also determines turn order for the next round from left to right. So if you choose a power farther to the right, you'll go later in turn order on the next turn. I do like games like that have that king domino system where, okay, I can choose a better tile, or in this case, a better action, but I'll go later in the next turn. So I have to weigh the cost-benefit analysis there a little bit. So that's, what was it? What do I call it? Pirates of the High Teas. I wanted to just look and see. It looks like it's $39. Comes with a little mini expansion before shipping. That one's on Kickstarter until April 17th. So for 6 more days. Next up is an engine building combo card auction game called Raising Rabbits. Cute animals, very popular in board games lately. And to be honest, I really like the name of this company, Rebel Raptor, with that funny little
that is way cool.
Baby Velociraptor in a little purple cardboard box. I don't have any games for them. I think it's their first one they've ever designed.
It reminds me kind of maybe Pandasaurus. Kind of a fun animal.
Oh, it's logo. True. Yeah, this is Pandasaurus's baby.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, little Rebel Raptor Saurus. In this game, you are getting different rabbit cards, and different rabbit meeples. You'll be placing out cubes to take different actions. It kind of reminds me of a Wingspan a little bit, and the different rabbits have different like special abilities that can combo together. You're building like your own little board, and the more of them you get, they can combo different ways, and so that kind of becomes the engine building part of the game, because your turns become a little more combo-y as the game goes on. And then I think whoever just has the most victory points, probably with these ribbon tokens, wins. You can I think take one of your best rabbits to the fair or whatever and win a show rabbit, win prizes for whoever put the best one out to show. And so there's I think a little bit of playing with the other players and who's going to have the best one to show for the round. And you can breed rabbits on the breeding boards. Has some cute little pieces. And I think that this designer, I think it was his first design, and I can't remember if he did the art as well. He maybe didn't, but I feel like it did say that somewhere. It doesn't probably matter too much, but looks like a pretty fun game in my opinion. A little bit more combo-tastic and involved than some of the other ones that we're looking at this week, even though it definitely has a friendly and welcoming art style. So that's Raising Rabbits, a cute strategy rabbit game. On Kickstarter also until the 17th. Next is one that I think looks weird, but because it's so weird and unique, I thought it was worth at least mentioning. It's called Qu'arz, or I don't think it's pronounced quartz. It's like Qu'arz. I don't know. The idea here is you are playing like capture the flag against the other players, and whoever can capture is not a flag. It's like this crystal in the middle of the board wins immediately, or if no one has captured it by the end of the game, then whoever got the most points will be the winner. And so you're controlling these different monsters on the board, and I think each player will control 3 of them, if I remember correctly. And each monster has their own deck of cards that you shuffle together and draw from to make your hand, which is kind of cool. You shuffle the different decks together. I'm trying to get to the how to play section, and here we go. So you have different sets of these monsters: the athletes, the gluttons, the horror monsters, and then you kind of play as like these weird creatures. Some of them just look like that's a snake librarian with a bookcase on his back.
Snake book.
Snake book. That looks like a calculator turned into a tank.
Math tank.
Math tank. That one is a watering can with a brain in it. That one's a garbage can turned into a wheelbarrow.
Garbage barrel.
That's an elephant basketball hoop. I don't know.
LeBron trunks.
LeBron trunks. Yeah. So they're very like quirky kind of vibes here, but they have fun miniatures if you get the version with miniatures. I kind of like the quirky weirdness.
Agreed.
And then you build the arena, and you'll be moving these characters around after you've picked up the crystal. Then it like limits how far you can move, and you're trying to like then with your other characters like attack the other players to protect your monster that has the crystal in order to get it back to your base. So it's very much like capture the flag. Anyways, check that one out if you want to look at a game that looks very unique, in my opinion. That is Qu'arz on Gamefound for 7 more days until April 18th. And then probably like the most mainstream of the 4 this week is Helldivers 2, the board game. This is being made by Steamforged Games, who is, I think, the same partner that PlayStation chose for the Horizon Zero Dawn board game. And I think maybe a big God of War one and a couple of others. So they've worked with them before. And this game tries to like recapture the feelings of Helldivers 2, the video game, which is a very fun game where like you can accidentally blow up your friends and you're like spreading democracy by destroying the aliens, and there are big monsters that can kill you very easily. So similar kind of vibes here. So when you play, you will choose a class of Helldiver, and then you can actually customize them by choosing like the different gear and stuff that you have during the game. You can also choose difficulty levels, if you want it to be more difficult or not. I'm trying to find, oh yeah, here you go. Customize your Helldiver. So you put different cards out to choose like which stratagems you want to take, and you have ammunition dice, so you have to find and like pick up ammo during the game as well. And again, which of those stratagems you're going to use. And there are humongous miniatures if you like that kind of thing. I'll show you the Bile Titan in a minute, and it's ratio to how big it is compared to one of those Helldiver miniatures is just hilarious. So I'll show you that in a second. But how it works, you're basically moving around, trying to fight, protect things. Depending on the mission that you choose, it might be like just destroy them all, or protect this, or something like that. And you can like attack, move, or you can use your stratagems, and you have to similar to the game where you have to put in the D-pad directional buttons to use the stratagem. You have to be able to like put your tokens in the right spot in order to cover up the correct icons to use that stratagem. And then the enemies also attack. One thing that I think is really cool, you choose a card from your hand to determine what action you want to take on that turn, and everybody does that at the same time. And then you take those cards and a card for each type of enemy that's out, and you take that stack of cards and shuffle it, and then you put it on a board. I want to show that to you really quickly. Maybe they don't show that board here, but you put it onto like an initiative board, so randomly drawn, and then from left to right is kind of the turn order. And so you might get to go first, or the aliens might get to go first. And after every 4 turns, then an event card is drawn that might throw some other like wrinkle into the mix. So a bit of craziness, and you don't know exactly when you're going to get to take your action. And then you can obviously attack and do damage, shoot your weapons. You roll dice and spend your ammunition tokens in order to attack the enemies. And if you are doing an attack, you can do like a coordinated attack where anyone else that's in range of your teammates can like join you in the attack, and it becomes more powerful because you're attacking together. If you like throw a grenade and one of your friends is accidentally in range or something, like friendly fire is always on, just like in the video game. Here is the Bile Titan miniature. It's 210 millimeters across, I think it said. So that's the Helldiver miniature there, and then that bad big boy.
Wow.
So very, very big. Obviously, the pledge that has all of the miniatures is pretty pricey, but Steamforged Games does this kind of game style pretty often. And then they have tons of expansion content as well. You can get more Helldiver types. This expansion lets you use the Patriot exosuit, which I think is in the game now. I haven't played it in a little while. And then there's an expansion with different kinds. This is the Bile Titan, and then different kinds of these aliens. There's one that adds this Factory Strider, one that adds the automatons, I think they're called. This Impaler as well. I think there's an automaton. Yeah, automatons expansion that adds them. I like that theirs are red. I think those look cool in contrast to the yellow Terminids. So, cooperative games, kind of I don't know. They're not my favorite genre. And especially if I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to move here and shoot at this guy, and he's going to take 2 damage, and then if you want to help me, like, come over here and you do it too. I'd rather just play the video game where I'm controlling that and like feeling the like vibration, watching the bomb explode, and doing the victory pose myself. But for people that like that kind of experience in a game, I think it looks cool. So anyways, that's Helldivers 2. Has a lot of different pledge levels. The shipping's expensive because it's shipping a lot of stuff. You can see the big Hell Commander pledge is 246 euros. I think that comes with everything. The base pledge is $61. So not a cheap game by any estimation. So anyways, that is Helldivers 2. It's on Gamefound. Well, real quick before I say that, I want to see this one. Shrieker. I don't think I've seen that enemy. Have you?
No, I don't know what that is.
Must be a new one as well. We haven't played the game.
I look forward to dying from it.
Yeah, me too. It makes me think I just want to play this game on my PlayStation again pretty soon. But that one's on Gamefound for 11 more days until April 22nd. All right, Devin, those are the 4 games this week. Which one is going to earn the brand new award from Super Game Brothers podcast for Game of the Week for Devin?
Oh, I don't know. It's tough. I wanted to pick Helldivers because I had so much fun playing it, but I also feel like it's probably kind of hard to nail a board game perfectly after a video game when you're trying to mimic mechanics and things. But maybe it's good.
Yeah.
Who knows? So I'm going to choose the weird one, Qu'arz.
Oh, wow.
It just seemed so odd to me, and
yeah, it is.
So I choose Qu'arz.
Qu'arz. Whoever, I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, Qu'arz. I do think it looks very unique. And what's it say? 25 minutes per player. It does seem like it could end faster though if somebody was able to get in there and get that crystal. But very unique. Kind of gives me there was that Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare game, which was a third-person shooter where you could play as a cactus bush shooting pine needles or whatever. Pine needle's not the right word. cactus needles. Gives me that kind of vibe, like art style wise. Good choice, Devin. I also think Helldivers could be really cool. But since it's not my type of game, I'm not going to pick it for Game of the Week either. I'm going to choose Raising Rabbits.
I knew it.
I don't know that I love like the art style. There's nothing against it. I just if it's like a strategy rabbit game, I don't know. I maybe wish it looked like a little more strategy like, because like if I open this deck of cards and see Dwarf Hotot right there, it looks like I've opened like I don't know, Candyland or something.
Yeah, it looks like you're just here to just collect those for cuteness.
Yeah. Sometimes I really like when a game has that dichotomy of like it's very complex, but the artwork is like would make it seem like it's very light, and like those things are at odds with each other. Is a fun vibe.
It's like that one game that was like set way in the past that had like the milk meeple, like the
Sweetlands. Mm-hmm.
Is that a good example?
That's a very good example. Like cartoony kind of anime characters with like the milk meeple
but it was
and the
supposed
ice
to be
cream
difficult,
meeples.
wasn't it?
It's very complex. I'm getting that game later
Killed
this year.
it.
So yeah, very good call out. But I watched his video kind of explaining how the game works, and I think it looks pretty solid and a bit more medium complex than it might appear at first. So that's my pick of the week, Raising Rabbits. And that's going to do it for Crowdfunding Corner for the week of April 11th, 2025. Make sure to join us next week, I think for episode 55. Thank you so much for watching this video. As most of you know, gaming top-down is an independent endeavor. I don't accept money from publishers for previews or opinion-related content, but there are a few ways that you can support the channel and help me keep the lights on. Liking this video and subscribing to the channel helps me to grow. If you're thinking of getting a game that I covered in this video, please click the affiliate link in the description of this video. It helps to support me and doesn't add any cost to your purchase. I also do a weekly gaming podcast where I talk about the board games that I'm playing along with my brother. You can check that out on Apple's podcasts and on Spotify. And you can also get that podcast 3 days early over on our Patreon. You can follow the Patreon at patreon.com/supergamebrothers completely for free. But if you do support us over there, you get some extra perks like being able to write into the show, getting early access to the show, voting on the games that I'm going to cover and review, and lots of other fun stuff. Thanks so much for your support, for liking and commenting on my videos. You really are what helped keep the lights on for me. Thank you.